Hey everybody, welcome back to My Wings of Refuge. I'm excited today because we're going to tackle a project I've actually wanted to do for a really long time, but it's one of those things I always just keep putting off and putting off and putting off. So today we're going to tackle it. So this lamp that you see here, it was actually my mother's, and my mother died several years ago. And it's one of those things that I got after she died, and it's really heavy. It's like brass. It just really doesn't go with my decor, but yet it's very special to me. And so I've always wanted to chalk paint it white and then kind of antique it a little bit. And so today I'm actually going to tackle that. And worst case scenario, we don't like it, we can just paint it another color, right? So anyway, we're going to tackle that today and see what happens. Okay, so to get started, I'm actually going to use a chalk spray paint. I've used this before and I've actually really liked it. But since this has so many little grooves and indented areas, I just feel like it might be really quicker and easier to get the paint kind of where I want it. So I'm just going to give it a light coat. Not sure if you can see, but my honeybees love my hair. And so if you see me swatting or brushing slightly, it is because of the honeybees are in my face. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry really well, and then I might hit it just one more time, then we'll do the antiquing. Okay, so it's pretty dry, and I think I'm ready to go ahead and do a little bit of the antiquing on it. I'm going to use this, it's Waverly, it's from Walmart. It's a wax, and I've used this before. You've probably seen another project that I've used. And so I'm just going to use a little bit of it, and what I want it to do is get into some of the cracks, and then I'm just going to kind of wipe or buff it off because I just want to bring out the depths of those crevices. I don't really want to paint it, and so let's just see what happens. I don't know if you can hear these bees. They are seriously intense in my hair. Every now and then they kind of swoop into my face. So I just want to get it in these cracks and little crevices, and I want to wipe off really the excess because I want the white really to show through, but I want the dark colors in all the little cracks and crevices. You kind of almost do it as much or as little as you want. just want to touch up this area just a little bit. This part really isn't even seen because the lampshade basically covers it. But now that my brush is really saturated more, I can get this inside these deep little crevices better. Come on. I'm liking this. I think I need to give it a few minutes to dry completely, and then we'll put a clear coat on it. Just keep checking to see if there's any seriously white spots that I need to touch up. Okay, so we got our clear coat on, and we're just going to let this come completely dry, and then we'll take it in and put the shade back on it and give it a try out and see what we think. But I think it's going to match really well with some of the things I'm kind of wanting to do there in the living room. And yes, I know you're probably thinking my mother may or may not have been very happy with this, but let me tell you, my mother was a crafter. She was a painter, and she loved to change things up. And so knowing my mother, I know this is something that she would have loved. Whether she would have chose this color or technique or not, I don't know, but she did love to paint things. And her daughters, all three of us, really have taken after her, because especially one of my sisters is always painting. My other sister is actually should have been a professional painter, and she just doesn't do that as much, but she is incredibly talented, which you probably have met my niece before on one of the other segments that we did, because my niece is an amazing artist and does paint today. And so there's I'm not saying I have any of those artistic capabilities, but my mother would have approved of this painting, and so that she would have done. I do love to craft and do things. Some of them got a little bit more of those genes than I did, but my mother would have approved for sure. And so this is one of those things that was hers that I now have that will last even longer now in my family. Thanks so much for watching today's video, y'all. I hope you really enjoyed it. Give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Hey, we'll see you next week, and next week we will be taking a look at the Friesians as they move into the pasture with the other sheep. Have a great week.